Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be tearing apart our diesel heater. If you are trying to learn how to install that, you can watch this video here. But we installed this about 2 years ago. It's always kind of smoked on startup, so I think it's time to actually dig into the heater and see what's going on. If there's any soot buildup, I'll clean that out. There's this one breather hole that I'll show you that I think might be clogged, and I think that's the source of all our problems. So if your heater is smoking like this video is for you. And spoiler alert, it does work. If you're having white smoke on your diesel heater, watch this video to the end and I'll show you how to clean that out. All right, I just got the seat off. As you can see, what I need to do is to get the plastic off, you just take this front piece off and this piece comes off. Then you have your heater. I think I'm gonna need to fully disconnect it from the base of the van. So I'm gonna need to get underneath and undo the exhaust, the gas line, and the air intake, and then I can get this fully out of the van. Before I get into the rest of the video, I just wanted to mention that if you don't want to pull out your whole diesel heater from your van or wherever it's sitting, I highly recommend buying this kit from Amazon. And why I recommend that is because it comes with this tool. This allows you to slot over the wires that attach to the glow plug. Once you remove the glow plug gasket, you can slide this down onto the glow plug and then spin it out of its threads without removing the entire heater. If you're looking to actually clean out the chamber, the burn chamber, everything, and you suspect that it's full of soot, watch the rest of this video. But if you're wanting to just clean up the ignition chamber where the diesel comes in, this allows you to do that. But let's get into the rest of the video and I'll show you how to tear apart this entire thing. Okay, I can't tell you how much I just struggled with that, but got my heater out. Now it's time to take off this metal plate. Anyways, I got this out now. So now I can clean it. Alright, so this is the burn chamber. That's the glow plug right here, and as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, but I can see that it's nice and black and carbony, so that's the reason why I want to open this up and clean it up. First I'm going to take out this glow plug, so I just need to back out this nut here. Once you crack it, you should be able to just spin it like that out. You can see there's a little bit of carbon on that, which I guess you can just scrape with a razor blade, so I'll get that nice and clean. Okay, I got the glow plug out, I cleaned it up. Now I'm just gonna take out the burn chamber. You just undo these bolts right here. Just trying to get this gasket out without breaking it, because I don't have a new one. I think they're pretty easy to source. I did break it. I broke it. I guess I'll have to order a new one of these. All right, we're in. Clean this gasket out because it's worthless now. If you have any tips or tricks on how to get these off without destroying them, comment down below. Help some people out. Mine's like really stuck on there. Okay, so I think the main problem with our heater, at least, like the inside of the burn chamber isn't that dirty. So diesel pumps in, it goes onto this, what's called an atomizer. It's a mesh piece of metal inside of here, so when it drips on, it spreads out the diesel and burns it more efficiently. And I don't think ours is doing our job. And also, what I've read is a lot of times this hole right there can clog up, and that's exactly what's happening with ours. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that out too. This little mesh piece out, there's this pick tool. You kind of pry off one side of it off the wall of this burn chamber, and then I have these needle nose pliers that have a slight bend. You're able to get down in there and pull it out. That's what it looks like. It is pretty gunked up with carbon, so I think this is another main problem. And here's the burn chamber. It is a little bit sooty. It's not like clogged up or anything, but I'll definitely give that a clean with a wire brush and get as much out as possible. Okay, I have ordered my parts and they finally came. What I really needed was these gaskets because both of mine ripped when I opened this up. So got my gaskets. I'm gonna start rebuilding what I've taken apart. And like I said before, I've cleaned the inside of this and I cleaned this out really well as well. I think once I put this back together, it should have no smoke issue. My first step, this is the burn chamber. This is where the mesh part came from. I have this little tool to put the mesh back into this burn chamber. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. This mesh piece has, you can see those 3 little welds on the back side. You want these welds away from this breather hole and where the diesel comes in. So if the gas line is facing out, you want those welds down here, facing this way. If you have this tool, you shouldn't really have to worry about this, but when you're putting your mesh down in here, you want to make sure the mesh sits below the breather hole. If you can see your mesh through this air hole, you want to push it down a bit further than that. Okay, so now I've got my mesh piece in here. This is pretty much ready to go. To rebuild this, I just need this one gasket now. So I'm going to go ahead and put my new gasket in and then get my bolts for this. Then with this rubber piece, just make sure you're aligning it right as you bring it down in. So my next step is going to be getting my glow plug back in because it's going to be way easier to do it now than later. Just going to feed it in through here. And I think that's a 12 millimeter. Get that nice and tight. It won't go anywhere. Okay. Now I've got my glow plug back in, and just to show you this tool, you slot over these wires and it allows you to then get on this nut right here. You can twist. Okay, the next step is going to be putting on the intake side with the fan. Again, I have a new gasket that I'm using, so that goes on first. Take this piece. Okay, here's the plastic part of the heater. I'm just going to put this back in now. Make sure you do this part. I almost forgot. Put the glow plug, I don't know, cap, sealer, not sure what this is, but gasket, make sure you put this back. It's a little tricky, but I'm just using a flathead screwdriver to push it down, make sure it's all the way down, so you don't want any air coming in through there. Okay, now I'll put the motherboard back together. Don't forget there is one screw for this motherboard. This little gasket back in too. And voila. This should work just fine now. Don't forget your rubber gasket down at the bottom here. I have put the heater back in. I haven't quite screwed it into the van yet, but it's just placed here. I put the exhaust and intake and the diesel line back on. I did a test start. It didn't smoke at all, and it actually started right away. It wasn't doing that before. Sometimes it wouldn't even start. So I think I have solved the problem. So now I'm just gonna get it back into the van. I use this on the install. You can watch that video if you need to, but I have this gasket maker that I'm just gonna put along the bottom of the metal plate down here and then screw it back down onto the van floor. Then I can just put the chair back up, and then I'm done with this job.